Hey everybody, it is Ant.
And it's Carlos. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the World of WWE podcast. This episode is our special preview and prediction episode for NXT TakeOver in your house, coming to you live June 13th, 2021 at 7:30 Eastern Time. You can stream it on Peacock or through your local cable provider. Let's go over quickly, Carlos, what we do here in our prediction and preview episode. So we are going to go over every single match on the Takeover in Your House card and give our predictions. Each match is worth 10 points. So if I predict correctly, I get 10 points. The person with the most points at the end of the pay-per-view is the new king of the ring. Now, I am the current king, and I am not letting that crown go easily. So Carlos is going to be challenging me for that, and we will find out the winner of our predictions and our official NXT Takeover in Your House 2021 recap video. So, Carlos, again, thank you for being with me. How are you feeling about this year's Takeover in Your House?
I'm super excited for this. Cannot wait.
I'm excited. I think we talked about this on the NXT show. The set is going to look really great. I'm excited for the staging. I remember like being little and when my brother would watch it, he used to look like that. So anything retro really makes me excited. So let's jump right into the card. The first match I'm going to be discussing is a match that is kind of random, but there is a little storyline developmental here going on. It's Mercedes Martinez taking on Xia Li with Tien Sa or Sha. I'm not really good at pronouncing names or words. So Xia Li has joined forces with Tien Sha back in 2020, and Tien is Boa, Ziya, and this other lady. And the lady is some sort of like old person from like the old like 1400s, and she deals with like a dragon. Weird shit's going on here. And they basically the group marks Mercedes Martinez, and that kind of pissed her off. And the two, Ziya and Mercedes, would come face to face on last week's NXT episode, and both were separated by security guards. Finally, they're going to fight without any security. Carlos, who do you think is leaving Takeover in Your House? The winner.
I feel like Xia Li's gonna get the win, just because I feel like she hasn't been at NXT in a while, and she needs some momentum going into her. Like they're like the dominant group, you know. So I feel like they need some wins under their belt, you know.
Xia Li. I hear you. I hear you. I am going to also agree with you with Xia Li. I do think Mercedes Martinez is an amazing wrestler. Again, I always have this question: is it necessary? The problem here is Mercedes has been built up, then brought down, built up, then brought down. You know, she's involved in the triple threat match back at Vengeance Day with Io, Mercedes, and Tony Storm, and then she challenged who was it that's the new champion now? Isn't it Raquel? Didn't she challenge Raquel and she lost? So it's almost like both of these women need a win. However, I think Xia Li, for the storyline to progress with this whole character, Xia needs to win this because, as you said, Carlos, she's kind of new. You know, she's been in it, but she really hasn't done much. And I do love Xia Li, so I'm excited to see. I do think Xia will need to get the victory, and I do think she's going to win. I do think it's going to be a hell of a match, though. It's going to be shot after shot, but Carlos and I both agree that Xia Li is going to win. And I do think that Tien Sa is going to definitely find a way to get involved to help Xia get the victory in this.
Yeah.
The next match is a special ladder match for the $1 million championship. Cameron Grimes taking on LA Knight. This match is spawned on the fact that both Grimes and Knight have been vying for the attention of the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. They both want to carry on the $1 million legacy. Last week's NXT, Ted DiBiase came down to the ring and announced that both Cameron Grimes and LA Knight would fight in a ladder match for the coveted $1 million championship. Anyone could win this match. I'm throwing it over to you, Carlos. Who is your pick, Cameron Grimes or LA Knight?
Oh my god, this match. I'm like so excited for it. Like who's gonna be the $1 million champion? I'm gonna have to go with Oh, probably Cameron Grimes.
Mm.
I feel like he needs it the most, and it's gonna like boost him to the moon, like he says.
To the moon. Love that. Nice catchphrase, Cross. I'm going to disagree with you, man. I'm going with LA Knight. And here is my reasoning behind it. The
Let
million
me talk to you.
let me talk to you. The problem with $1 million title belt, it's a belt that is like kind of like a villainous title. You know, it's like it, it wasn't like a belt that like a good person would want to win because it represents money and greed and power. And although I do like Cameron Grimes and I do think he is a great talent and amazing, I feel like right now people really like him. And if they put the title on him, it's gonna like it, the question will be, what does that do? I feel like the title needs to be on a villain. And right now, LA Knight is that villain. I do like Cameron Grimes better than LA Knight right now. I feel like he has more character and more charisma, in my opinion. But I do think that LA Knight will leave $1 million champion, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ted DiBiase was somehow involved there. But all right, so that's our first difference. Carlos is going with Grimes. I'm going with LA Knight. Next up, we have the special winners take all 6-man tag match. The NXT North American champion, the Colossal Bronson Reed, and NXT Tag Team champions MSK, putting their titles on the line against the team of Legado del Fantasma. This is going to be a match of epic proportions. Carlos, who is going home with all the gold?
I'm gonna say the team of Kushida and it's Kushida, right? Kushida and
Really,
MSK are
Bronson
gonna
Reed. You
take
know what's so funny, dude? I
Bronson Reed.
before what's so funny about that, Carlos, is when I was writing down the matches, I actually wrote down Kushida too because for some reason because Kushida has been fighting Legado del Fantasma lately, so I understand. I hear you, man. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, Bronson Reed. Wait, is Kushida on the show or is he not?
He's not. He's not. But it's
Okay,
okay.
okay. But yeah.
I totally thought it was him in this match too. It's totally fine.
But okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to say Bronson Reed and MSK are gonna retain, just because they're like still new to the championships. You know, they're still I feel like they're still hot
Yeah,
on the NXT roster.
I agree with you, man. I think MSK and Bronson Reed are going to win. I didn't really give much detail about the reason why they're fighting. Santos Escobar has just been trash talking Bronson Reed ever since he won the title, and Bronson Reed took him out with a huge splash to the guard railing barrier, and that embarrassed Santos Escobar. And the team, Joaquin, isn't it Joaquin Phoenix and Raul Mendoza? Or Joaquin Wild. No, it's Joaquin Wild, Joaquin Phoenix. I need to go home. Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza, Legado del Fantasma, they have been on the hunt for the NXT Tag Team Championships since the beginning of the year. So this match has been boiling. I agree with you, Carlos. I do think MSK and Reed are going to win. They both are newly champions. I don't see them dropping the titles this early on in their careers. Next up, we have the NXT Women's Championship on the line. The NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez with Dakota Kai taking on Ember Moon, a former NXT Women's Champion in her own right. And this match started after, I think it was Raquel and Dakota took out Shotzi Blackheart, and then Ember pretty much challenged Raquel. It was pretty much brought together quickly, this match. Raquel and Dakota would try to attack Ember Moon, but last week on NXT, Ember Moon did leave the final impact, hitting an eclipse on Raquel Gonzalez, leaving her lying. Carlos, who do you think is leaving in your house NXT Women's Champion?
I'm saying Raquel Gonzalez solo. I'll never bet against her. She's fucking great. Her skills gotten better. She's on fire right now. I'm gonna have to stick with it. And she has Dakota Kai in her corner. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Raquel.
I agree with you, man. I'm going with Raquel too because she just won the title as well. This is gonna be hell of a match though. Like this match is gonna be fucking amazing. But I
Yeah,
do,
it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be
with the
really good.
addition of Dakota Kai being in Raquel's corner and Raquel winning the belt just recently, I have a feeling that Raquel will retain the women's
But
championship.
I just hope there's like no interference. So Just like maybe Shotzi's gonna return and like attack Dakota or something. But yeah,
possibly. Or there could even be, there's been people like Frankie Monet, Shirai, those women still on the radar. And now we are at our final match, the NXT Championship on the line in a fatal 5-way. The NXT Champion Karrion Kross defending against Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, and Adam Cole. All 5 of these men are worthy opponents of each other. They're all great. Karrion Kross is the newly crowned NXT Champion, defeating Finn Balor at TakeOver Stand Deliver to hold on and become champion. Adam Cole, former champion. Johnny Gargano is a former champion. Pete Dunne is a former NXT UK champion, and Kyle O'Reilly is a former NXT Tag Team champion. So all of these men have held gold in NXT. Carlos, who is leaving NXT TakeOver in your house? NXT World Champions. 5 men here.
Oh my God, this is the main event, right? The last. Yeah, this is gonna be really good. It's gonna be crazy. Like people fighting everywhere. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole are gonna be same ring at the same time. Even if it's gonna be like 3 other guys around them, they're both gonna be in the same area. So it's gonna be intense. My prediction: I really want Johnny Gargano or Kyle O'Reilly to win, but I feel like they're just gonna have Karrion Kross retain, just because he just won the title as well. And he's just there. There's like they're booking him as like a dominant force, but I really want like somebody else to win, like O'Reilly or something.
Okay, so you think Kross is going to win, but you want O'Reilly to win?
O'Reilly or Gargano,
okay.
But I feel like Kross is gonna win. But I'll actually be happy with any of the winners, honestly. But I'm gonna have to stay Kross.
Okay, I am agreeing with you, Carlos. Karrion Kross, I do believe, is going to walk out of NXT TakeOver in your house as the NXT World Heavyweight Champion because he just won the title. And I also think there's a lot of combustible elements in this match. You have a lot of old rivalries coming ahead. You mentioned Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, but there's also Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne. Like all these men have had a history with each other. And
I kind of wish like Finn Balor would have ended up in the feud too, and like it made a 6-way. It would have been cool.
That would definitely been interesting. I have a feeling Finn Balor might be. Well, didn't he lost the Didn't he
the
have
rematch?
He lost the match.
The rematch. Yeah, the rematch.
Yeah.
I want to know when it's gonna be Pete Dunne's time though, because he's leaned up. He has like everything to be a world champion in that brand, but they just never gave him the ball.
Yeah, it seemed. Well, what you got to remember about Pete Dunne was before Walter. Pete Dunne was the longest reigning NXT UK champion. So Pete Dunne is definitely a contender for sure. But I do think, like I said, Kross is going to win. Before we say our goodbyes, I'm going to go over our predictions again. Carlos and I both think that Xia Li is going to defeat Mercedes Martinez. Carlos in our next match believes that Cameron Grimes is going to defeat LA Knight, whereas I think LA Knight will defeat Grimes. That is the only match that we have different opinions on. The rest of the matches, we both agree that Bronson Reed and MSK are going to defeat Legado del Fantasma. We both agree that Raquel Gonzalez is going to defeat Ember Moon. And we both think that Karrion Kross is going to win that 5-way match and to retain the NXT Championship. I am so excited, Carlos. This is going to be a hell of a show. TakeOver in your house, streaming this Sunday live on Peacock and in your house. It's going to be a great show. 5 huge matches. I'm excited. Carlos and I are going to be live texting during the show. And be on the lookout for next week when we do our NXT TakeOver in your house recap video. We will announce the winner. Somebody will win because we both have different opinions. So either Grimes and Knight or Knight, that's going to be a decision maker for who wins this pay-per-view prediction. So again, Carlos, do you have any last words for our listeners?
No, that's everything, guys. Just have a great day. Make sure to check that out. It's, I believe, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep, that's when the
Yeah.
kickoff starts. Yep, 7 p.m. All right, guys, stay safe and enjoy NXT TakeOver in your house 2021. Bye.
See ya.